and today's session is the information session. Uh, IOCC, or the International Online Case Competition, is going to be one of the most unique case competitions to ever have been organized till date, and we will slowly show you how and why that is the case. Moving on to the next slide. Thank you. So what is IOCC? Well, IOCC, or in the International Online Case Competition, is a case competition that is an accredited and officially recognized project by the Ritsumeikan Asia Pacific University. It is an independent project by the students of the university. It is an inclusive international case competition where students from all over the world, from different countries, different universities, different continents, will be participating, learning, and developing together. And it will also be a competition unlike any other, because not only due to the unique design of the competition itself, but also because of the number of academic and networking sessions that we have in store for you, which will allow you to not only meet people from all over the world to grow your network, but also learn about different topics and subjects that may very well contribute to your development and growth in the future. Our goal for IOCC is to create this one educational platform, to create this platform of academic sport, which will be the most inclusive and diverse case competition that will support students in any and every manner possible to allow themselves to skill up, to develop themselves, and to overall grow. With having said that, we will be moving on to the next part. Next slide, please. I'll let my colleague Rizani take it over from here. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you so much. So before we move on further, we would like to introduce to you the faces behind the scenes and also the departments that we have that are working in order to achieve the best we can to provide to you. So first, we would like to introduce our co-founder and chairperson, Munta. Would you like to say a few words?
Yes, thank you again, Rizane. Hi again, guys. um, my name is Mohammad Muntasir Islam, or Munta for short. I am the co-founder and chairperson for the International Online Case Competition, or IOCC, and I look over the overall management of the case competition, the structure, as well as negotiate and discuss with the external parties involved with IOCC. Thank you, Rizan.
All right, thank you so much, Munta. And as for myself, my name is Risane. I am the deputy chair and co-founder of IOCC. Alongside with Munta, I do all the things that he has mentioned and try to help the other department leaders as well. Moving on to the other departments, at first, can we have Tanya to introduce herself and her department?
Hello, everybody. I am Tanya Agarwal, and I am the head of business relations and finance in IOCC. I deal with the companies that are our partners and sponsors and handle finances. Nice to meet you all.
All right, thank you very much, Tanya. Moving on, can we have the head of HR speak?
Hello, everyone. I'm Helena. I'm the HR department director. I'm responsible for managing the department leaders and receiving feedback from the members. Nice to meet you all.
All right, thank you very much, Helena. And next we have Han. Han couldn't be here, but she's in charge of marketing. She works with her team to give you the marketing you see on our SNS platforms and the posts and all sorts of information relaying materials. Moving on, we will be introducing another department, which we call DAC. So could we have Stephen introduce DAC and both the leaders?
Hi all, my name is Stephen. I am one of the co-heads in the Data Analysis and Communication Department of IOCC, or DAC for short. The other co-head can't attend here. He is Hiromi Koyama. Our department is in charge for contacting and inviting universities all over the world in order to help spread the event. Additionally, we will also be responsible for making a thorough report of this event. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Stephen. And last but not least, can we have the academic department heads also introduce their department, starting with Roy?
Hello, my name is Roy, and I'm privileged to be responsible for the academic department. Our department's main role is to ensure human resources put to good use, such as managing staff, creating and planning the nitty-gritty aspects of the event, as well as training and managing the general staff. Pleased to meet you.
All right, next, can we have Tomo?
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Tomo, and I'm also the co-head of academic department with Roy. I mainly operate and maintain IOCC's official website. Nice to meet you all.
All right, thank you very much. Moving on to the next slide, please. Okay, so sorry for the small technical difficulties. Okay, so now we will be introducing our sessions to you. And as you can see here, we have mainly 3 different types of sessions. One is called Case Competition 101, which is only one session that's going to be held tomorrow. And it's going to be held tomorrow at 1 p.m. JST, and it will be held and organized by our 2 esteemed APU mentors who go by the name of Professor Philip Dean Pardo and Professor Pajari. They will be explaining the fundamentals of case competitions, what you should be careful about, and how you should go about with it. You can ask them questions tomorrow as well to know more. So please note down the Zoom ID, and we hope to see you tomorrow for that session. Other than that, we will be having various types of academic sessions and networking sessions. Actually, we have a total of 6 academic sessions where you will have the opportunity to learn from professionals who are currently working in different organizations, perhaps in Japan, perhaps all over the world, where they will be introducing different fields and a variety of topics for you to learn from. The topics may or may not be directly connected to case competitions. However, they will be providing you with great educational value. Other than that, instead of just focusing on the nitty-gritties of academic learning, we also want you to have some fun. So therefore, we have networking session, which will be organized so that you can interact with students all over the world. Everyone's invited to join, and you can play fun games, talk to each other, and basically have a platform where you can make friends. You will be receiving the schedule of all these soon in the later slides. Next slide, please.
So what differentiates IOCC from other case competitions? Or what makes IOCC unique? First, it's online, so wherever you are, you can still participate. Second, it's international, so you can meet and compete with teams all over the world. Lastly, it's inclusive. IOCC is not only a business case competition, it is more than that. We have 8 categories that goes beyond the business major. So if it's not only about business, what is it about then? Next slide, please. Here are the 8 preliminary categories: modern media and journalism, data and innovation, e-commerce and tourism, environment and food, cultural integration and inclusive leadership, sustainable development and the economy, risk management and strategic investment, and lastly, ethical business and supply chain management. Next slide, please.
Moving on, I'll be explaining about the competition format. The whole competition is divided into 3 rounds, which is going to be preliminary, semifinals, and grand finals. Preliminary rounds, the applications will be open globally, where teams will receive a case corresponding to their chosen category, and they will have 48 hours to build their solutions and send us their presentation slides. In semifinals, 16 teams will go forward from preliminary rounds and will be given a case challenge for 24 hours. And to present, they will have their presentations and Q&A sessions conducted on 24th of April. Lastly, in the grand finals, we will have 4 teams. And again, the case is going to be for 24 hours, where they will be required to present on the 1st of May, which is going to be, again, on Zoom and will be with everyone. Moving on, I will be also talking about the eligibility and rules. So you have to be a student from either a grad school or an undergrad university and should provide us with a proof of enrollment for semifinals. Also, if you are someone who has graduated within the past 6 months of the preliminary round, you are eligible to participate. Participants must register as a team of 4, and they can be from any university across the globe. You can participate with members from different universities, and any number of teams can participate from one university.
All right, thank you, Tanya. Hi again, everyone. Next up is we're going to be taking a look at IOCC's schedule. So today is March 5th, and as you can see, coincidentally with the session, the application to participate in IOCC has officially begun. Other than that, we have a number of sessions as my colleagues discussed earlier. We have the case competition coming up tomorrow, which is going to be very exciting and going to be taken by two of the best mentors Ritsumeikan Asia Pacific University has in terms of case competitions, in my personal opinion, of course. Other than that, we also have networking sessions where after that on March 12th, an academic session March 13th, and then after that you can see so on and so forth. We have a number of similar sessions on and off. For the academic sessions, I will mention, in case you're thinking, the content of each academic session will be different. None of the academic sessions will be the same. Similar can be said to some degree for the networking session as well. Therefore, if you join one academic session, make sure to join all the others as well, because all of them will definitely have very exciting content from some of the best professional speakers from different industries all over the world. Having said that, can we just take a look at the next slide as well? As you can see, I want to draw your attention to the fact that we have a number of sessions in March, but hey, that's not all. We have a number of sessions in April as well. We've tried to cater towards student needs, towards student curiosity, and through trial and success, we've tried to arrange a number of sessions that will allow you to gain as much knowledge as possible, as much information as possible. Alongside that, you can obviously see at the bottom of the schedule that we will be also going ahead with the case competition as well. So the preliminary case will be released on April 15th for all participating teams. Then you will be submitting it on the 15th itself, afterwards, after a certain amount of time, and then you will have the semifinals where 16 of the top teams from around the world will be participating, and then 23rd, again within 24 hours, it's going to be the semifinal case submission, and then it's going to be the semifinal presentation on the 24th. Finally, after the finalists are announced on the 28th, we will be having the grand finale on May 1st. Please keep all of this information in mind. We understand that it's a lot, but we've tried to arrange and organize as many useful constituencies of a case competition as possible to provide the most information possible for all students. Rizana, would you like to add on to that?
Yeah, I'm actually extremely sorry. There is a tiny mistake. The preliminary case submission is on 17th April, not 15th April
yes,
itself. It's a 48-hour timeline. So once the case is released on 15th April, you will be expected to submit it within a 48-hour time frame. So you will be submitting it on 17th April. And after that, the semifinalists will be receiving the case on 22nd April and submit it 24 hours later, and so on.
Thank you for the correction, Rizan. Sorry, everyone. Slight technical error. Moving past that. So yes, and we will be having a lot of interesting and amazing prizes for the winners and the top three top three teams as well. So please keep an eye out on everything that we do through our social media channels and whatnot. In the next slide, my colleague will be discussing about that briefly. But yes, stay tuned because we have a lot in store for you.
All right, so we are almost nearing the end of today's session, actually quite short, huh? So here are our SNS handles. So we have a Facebook page, Instagram, LinkedIn, and an official website. We try to keep you updated as much as possible on all of these platforms, but please do stay updated with our website because the cases will also be released on the website, and you can also see the registration link on the website as well. So you can also be registering through the QR code you can see on the screen here. So you can just scan the QR code and you will see all the important SNS links along with the registration link for the competition that has been uploaded today itself. So please stay tuned for further updates. We will be sending the links through the chat box as well shortly. And with that being said, we are at an end and would like to open the floor to question and answers if you have any.
Yes, in the chat box right now, you can probably see all the links that we have. We will also be uploading these links later on as well onto our social media and whatnot. So everything's going to everywhere. We've tried to keep a uniform omni-channel distribution of information to the best possible degree. Having said that, are there any questions? Does anybody have anything that they would like to know, that they are curious about? If not, then amazing. I feel then I'd say our team did a great job. If not, please let us know and we'll try our best to answer your questions.
If you feel shy to like speak up, you can also send your questions in the chat box and we will be happy to answer. Yes, I think that is a question. So could you please unmute yourself?
Hello, my name is Hong Ai. I want to ask a little about team members. So if I cannot find a team member by myself, can I participate in the other team if there is someone still don't have any team members also?
Thank you for your question, Hong An. Rizane, do you want to take this one or should I?
Yeah, I'll just answer it real quick. So one thing that we forgot to actually mention is we are trying to open a Facebook platform through which we will be asking those who cannot find team members to like speak up and like ask for team members there. Other than that, we will also be having networking sessions where you can interact with students who are joining those sessions. So if you find anyone like interesting that you would want to form a team with, you can exchange your contact through those sessions as well. And yeah, so basically my answer to your question is you have two ways through which you can find team members in case you don't have already. One is through networking sessions where you can get to meet other members who are interested in IOCC. Or the second option is you can try to find people through a Facebook page we will be opening shortly. Yes. Does that answer your question? Do you have any follow-ups? I will take the silence as a yes.
Right.
Okay, so about the question in the chat, this competition is completely free. There is no registration fee.
Yes, the IOCC is completely free. One of the things that we want to showcase with IOCC as a case competition is its inclusivity and the diversity aspect that it brings. So to that end, we have kept the competition completely free to participate in and register on with. So feel free to register and don't worry about any financial boundaries you may be facing towards that. Yes, we have a question from Uriel. Go ahead.
Yeah, the networking sessions, are those going to be labeled under different categories as well? Or you know how like the academic session has different categories? Is that going to be similar with the networking session as well?
I see. So for the networking sessions, our teams are working hard to ensure that you have different types of games and activities in each networking session. So each networking session will be giving you different types of things that you can be a part of, basically. Does that answer your question, Uriel?
No, because it was already stated on the PowerPoint slide, but you're saying outside of the games specifically, because I'm trying to figure out how to get people to come in. It's like, what are you talking about games? What are you talking about sessions? What is it that it's actually going to be consisting of? Does that make sense? Because I'm already been trying to get people to, hey, try this out. It's like, what is it really? The networking sounds amazing. I'd like to try that. Communicate with other students globally. That sounds like a great opportunity. We're going to be playing games. Check. What else? It's like sessions. That makes sense.
I see. All right. So I'm not sure if I can fully address to your questions. So basically, the networking session, when we say networking, when we say games, like how do they actually fit in? It's more like by playing games, you can make friends, and if you wish to join in the competition with those friends, great. If you just want to have those friends and move along and like not compete, great. It's just a way for people to like engage and like find new people and find new friends, because you know how everything is online. We don't really have much of an opportunity to make friends anymore, so it's more to that respect. So Munta and I believe the department head Roy would like to add on as well.
Yes, I'd also like to clarify. I'd say the main distinct difference between an academic session and a networking session is in an academic session, you don't really get a lot of opportunities and chances to actually interact with your fellow peers that might share similar interests and mindsets. So think about it in a university context and setting, where if it was live and in person, after a university class, a lecture, you can easily go grab a coffee, let's say, with your peers and coworkers, and to talk about and share ideas for projects. And in the case for IOCC, potential participants, right, when they enter the academic sessions, they get a wealth of information and insight from the guest speaker, but they don't really get to talk and mingle, socialize, share ideas with the other participants in the academic session. This opportunity is given and extended during network sessions, where there will actually be time allocated for people to actually exchange contact details and to actually hopefully create teams if they have not already formed teams for the IOCC competition. Does that better clarify?
It does. Thank you. The one thing I'd like to add is I know this is tailored towards students. Do you have to have a student ID number, or do you have to be a student in order to participate in IOCC?
All right. Thanks for your question, Uriel. In order to participate with IOCC, we would like for these participating students to be enrolled in university. So your education would have to be university or graduate school student, and you could have graduated in the past 6 months, and that still would be fine. Or if you've enrolled in university but you haven't started school just yet, then that's technically fine as well. However, to participate in IOCC, you would have to be university or graduate level in terms of education, or enrolled in such, and then we would ask you if you go on to the further rounds later for proof of that as well.
All right. Thank you so much.
Adding on to that, Chu Wei asks in the all chat that he is a part-time postgraduate student. Is that right? Is that what PG student means? Postgraduate? Assuming that means postgraduate student, sadly for IOCC, we are limiting it to undergraduate and graduate level students. We will not be sadly allowing postgraduate students to participate. However, as a postgraduate student, we do have other means of getting involved with IOCC. So if you're involved with that, then please send us an email. I have a question. What does graduate school student mean? Graduate school student means you are enrolled in a master's degree or an MBA degree in university. PG, again, Chu Wei, if you would like to clarify what PG is.
I'm not fully sure what you mean by postgraduate, but if it falls under the same category as a graduate student, then it should be fine. And I guess for further clarifications, you could speak up or send us an email later.
Yes,
so that we are
because
clarified.
Postgraduate in different parts of the country mean different things. In certain countries, it means you're enrolled in a master's degree, which is fine. But in other parts of the world, a postgraduate degree means you're doing a PhD, which would not be fine. So please let us send us specific.
Okay, it's a master degree. Then it's fine. You can join.
It's fine. It's perfectly fine. If you're enrolled in a master's degree, you can participate. No worries. Aris Bischoff, did you have a question?
I had one. Thank you so much. I was wondering for the next events, as I am not subscribed to any mailing line that I know of, are the links to future events posted on your social media sites, or where can I find those?
Yes, I will be answering all parts of your question. Number one is, yes, they're all posted on our social media accounts. And Poji, can you please send all the links again in the chat? So if you stay updated with our Instagram and Facebook, on these platforms, we post the most regularly. So there you can get all the information very regularly. Other than that, if you go to our website, and as you enter our website, you will see an icon that says join our mailing list. So then you can join our mailing list through our website, and then you will be getting updates on a regular basis. In case you want to fast track that, you can just put your mail in the chat. You can send it to me, or you can send it to any other IOCC members, and you will be added to the mailing list from here onwards.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your question. Aris, does anybody else have any other questions? Thank you for all the questions, by the way, everyone. Questions allow us to explain things more in depth and more clearly, and clarify any points of confusion that we might have had while presenting. So thank you for all the questions. They are very, very helpful to us as well. So having said that, does anybody else have any other questions? We'll take just a minute here. If there are none, then I believe we can call an end to today's session here. I have a question in chat, asking me how we're planning to conduct finals and semifinals. The finals and semifinals will be completely online. It's the international online case competition after all. So yes, for the semifinals, you will be presenting to our number of judges. You will be divided into different divisions and then presenting to our judges. And afterwards, you will be doing the finals online as well. For the finals, it will be similar to this session, completely and fully live streamed. So that should be really exciting, and everything is going to be conducted on Zoom. We figured that for students, Zoom is now the most easy to use and familiar technology for software for online speaking or conferences, classes, debating, let's say, and so on, presenting, so on and so forth. Therefore, we are planning to go ahead with Zoom on this. Anybody else? Does anybody else have any other
Yes,
questions?
I would like to answer a question that has been sent to me by chat. So this question reads, will we get feedback of any sort when we are judged based off our work and efforts, or will we simply get the notification if we have passed or failed the criteria from the judges? That's a very good question. I'm going to personally answer this question myself. Yes, I can guarantee for a fact that you all get deep and nuanced feedback, especially from the judges as well. They will be giving sort of a written commentary on what they felt your group did good and what it was lacking. Keep in mind as well that we will have multiple judges, so you will not be in the mercy of simply one or two judges. Thank you very much for your question.
All right, great. Thank you for answering that question, Roy. Very clinical of you. Does anybody else have any last questions? Any final questions? For anybody who just joined, or if you have friends who were not able to attend today's session, don't worry. The session is being recorded for good reason. We will be uploading it later. And for people who want to hear what the session was on or what it was about or see it later, you can do so later. It will be also be staying uploaded on the Facebook page where it's being live streamed at the moment. So feel free to come back in later or to revise what we might have said as well. So yes, having said that, I believe because there's no other questions, we can call an end to today's information session. Thank you so much for joining the information session today. It is IOCC's very first session, and it is definitely a special one to all of us. Thank you for starting this journey with us, and we really hope you continue to be a part of this as we go forward.
And we hope to see you tomorrow as well in our Case Competition 101, which will start from 1 p.m. JST. Please write it down, and you will be updated on our social media pages and website as we go.
Yep. Having said that, we can probably call a close to today's session. Thank you again, everyone, so much for joining today, and we hope to see you soon, and we hope to see you constantly for the next 2 months in all the sessions we have planned just for you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you very
you.
much.
Thank you so much.